Hey y'all. So this is the video for day 5. Graphing on a coordinate plane, um, plotting ordered pairs, things like that. This is something we did before Christmas. Remember I told you it kind of went with Unit 4, but mostly went with Unit 7. Alright. But everything you need to know about it, we've already taught. We've already done, we've already practiced, so this is just going to be a quick refresher. We are talking about the 4 quadrants, okay? So, this is a coordinate plane, and there are 4 quadrants. Now, if you'll remember, they start here. No, wait, sorry, backwards. I'm going to get it right in a minute, okay? So quadrant 1 is right here in the top right hand corner. And then 2, 3, 4. Okay? Alright. Some key points to remember. And I'm going to show you on my note sheet. Maybe that'll help, okay? Some key points to remember. I don't want to give all my notes away. Alright? Is that we plot ordered pairs like this, okay? Our x is going to be the first value in the parentheses, and our y is going to be, our y is going to be the next value. The x tells me left or right, okay? This right here is the x-axis. It goes side to side. The y-axis goes up to down. So the x value tells us how far left or right we go. The y value tells me how far up or down, okay? And remember we talked about how we could tell where each thing was going to go, okay? So if it's in quadrant 1, it's going to have a positive x and a positive y, okay? Because we're going to start at the origin, go to the right, and then go up. Oh, did you finish your level?
Yep.
You're on a new one? You want to say hi?
Hi, guys.
Well, they can't see you.
Oh, they can.
Now they can. All
hey
right.
Guys, it's me, Kirsten. You already met.
Yep, they've already met you.
Yeah,
all right.
And I finished level 14 of Lexia, and I'm about to be on level 15, as you can see.
He wants you to sing.
Yes, you see that? Now, you're very happy that I'm on level 15. I know some people.
In level 14, you completed
So, you see I got Blue Fuzzy with me.
Passage Fluency 3,
Love it.
Simple Analogies,
Okay,
and Passage
all right. Can you take this back? Are you done with Lexia?
No, I'm going to keep on.
You're going to keep on going? Okay. Love to hear that. Keep going. Sorry, but he finished a level, and so he was very excited. All right. Back to this. So in quadrant 1, so we start at the origin, we go to the right and then up. So we're going to go positive x, positive y. Okay? And you can see I put that right there. Okay? In quadrant 2, we start at the origin, we go backwards. So it's a negative x, but still a positive y. Quadrant 3, we go backwards and down. So negative x, negative y. Quadrant 4, we start at the origin, we go to the right, which is positive x, and down negative y. Okay, I always encourage you, if you'll remember, to in your quadrants, go ahead and label plus plus for 1, minus plus for 2, minus minus for 3, and plus minus for 4. That's going to help you remember, or it's going to help you figure out where your point goes before you ever start plotting. Okay, so if you will label that on your graph. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, I'm going to do it and then I'll turn it around, because if I don't, I will not do it correctly. I hope y'all are enjoying this virtual learning. Can't say that I'm enjoying it too much. All right, so like that. Y'all see how I labeled my quadrants? Okay. Positive in quadrant 1, negative positive in quadrant 2, negative negative in quadrant 3, and positive negative in quadrant 4. All right. So let's say let's just review how we graph. Let's say I had the ordered pair 4, negative 2. Okay. 4, negative 2. I'm going to start at the origin, and I'm going to go to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down 1, 2, and put a point right there. Okay. That's 4, negative 2. Okay. We'll talk a little bit more about that as well. Let me look back at my notes. All right. Let me go to, sorry, it's my Google Classroom notification, but it wasn't our class. Let me go to your actual packet page. Okay. I don't know what's happening. Okay. So here we have numbers 1 through 5. Okay. So C is asking you to find -1, -1. Now before you ever start, think, what quadrant is this going to be in? It's going to be in quadrant 3 because quadrant 3 has negative, negative. So I start at the origin, I go back 1 and down 1, and this right here is where that point would be. Okay, so you're going to put a point right there and then put a C right next to it. Okay, that way we'll know what it is. All right, number 5. Let's look at point 5 because, or number 5 would be point G, because I don't want you to get confused by that. Okay, because it's 4, negative 4.5. Well, first off, let's not even pay attention to the fraction because I know it freaks y'all out just a little bit. But let's talk about what quadrant this would be in. I've got a positive x and a negative y. Okay, so that's going to be in quadrant 4. Okay, so I'm just going to start at the origin like always, go to the right 4, and then go down 4. Now, where would 4.5 be? It's not quite to 5, but it's not on 4. It's halfway in between, so it'd be right here, okay, where the tip of my mouse pointer is. So you just put a point there, and then put a G next to it. All right. I don't think on your mystery picture graph, I don't think there's anything on there that you have to worry about fractions or decimals. Okay. Oh, E has one too. 1.5. Well, that's the same thing as what we just did with 5. Okay. Now let's look at the second half. Oh, it gives you a hint for that for number 3 too. 1.5 is between 1 and 2. All right. Now, when we were looking at this, Miss Coggins and I were like, "Oh, look at all those fractions! Oh my goodness, what are they?" Oh, well, all it's asking them is to figure out what quadrant each one would be located in. Okay. So real quick, positive x, negative y. That's quadrant 4. Okay. So that one is not bad at all. Is that all of them on there? Really? It just went to 14? Is that true? No, it went all the way to 17. I just didn't get a picture of all of it. All right. But that should, you should be easy, especially if you will label your quadrants like this. If you will label your quadrants like this, that should be easy. Okay? All right. Let me look here. Okay. All right, so here are your quadrants for your mystery graph, and I gave you 2 coordinate planes for that, remember, just in case you mess up. I wrote down here, hint for the coordinate graph picture. Don't bear down hard, just lightly in case you make a mistake. That way you can go back and fix it. Easy. Now, so you're going to start at -9, -3. So start at the origin, go back 3, down 3. That's in quadrant 3. Put a point there. Not hard, not heavy, just kind of lightly. Then you're going to go to your, and I would put a check mark next to this. I know some of you like to draw through them, but if we make a mistake, it's hard to go back and see what the point was supposed to be. Okay, so just put a check mark there. Next, we have -7, -3. You know what? I'll graph this on mine as well, so we can see. So we had -9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and down 3. Okay, and then we have -7, -3. And then you're just going to connect those 2 points. Okay, then we have -6, -2, -6, 0. So that one's going to be right on the x-axis. And then -7, 1. And then -9, -1. And then -10, 0, yet again on the axis. And then -10, -2. And then it goes back to -9, -3, which we already have a point there. So this is what your first part of your graph is going to look like. I just graphed it there. Okay. Then we saw the word stop. That means the very next point we plot, we are not connecting it to this one. Okay. We're not connecting. Once we see stop, then I don't connect this last point to the next one. Okay. I start all over again. And it's okay if they overlap or touch or things like that. Okay. Can't wait to see. When y'all finish your graphs, email me a picture of it. Okay. That way we can see, and I want to see your beautiful creations, colored if you want to, have a little art time. All right. Any questions on that? You can comment in the video, comment on Google Classroom, email, whatever. Bye, guys.